watching us from. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Churchill Show, My Journey, My Story. And my goodness, what an opportunity to host this particular show tonight. And thank you so much for your feedbacks and your comment. That's what keeps us moving. Now, today's show is absolutely different. You know, you have to look back and see where have you come from. And I was just looking at some of the shows we've done. Some have really inspired me as a person and changed the way I think. So today's episode of Churchill Show, My Journey, My Story, I want you to sit down, relax, and we take a look at some of those stories that have really inspired us in this season.
So my mother, when she raised us, akapata kazi ya kufanya kuuza mbao kidogo, Embu. Yeah. So we went there, nikasoma class 6, 7 and 8. So tukimaliza class 8, ilikuwa rehearsal. You know rehearsal like KCPE, munaendanga mnasugua desk, munaosha madesk, munaandika index number, mmefurahi, munamaliza shule, munasugua na mchanga. Sijui huko Machakos mlifanya hivyo.
Tulifanya hivyo.
Muliosha desk. So that time I had left my mom akiwa mgonjwa kidogo. She had gotten malaria that time, sijui ilikuwa inaitwaje hiyo. But I was young, so niliambiwa tu she's sick. Sasa vile alikuwa sick, nilimwacha home amelala tu kidogo. Then when I came nikaenda rehearsal on a Monday. KCP ni Tuesday. Tukitoka rehearsal nikienda home. Nikasikia watu wanaimba. From a distance, tembea nae, tembea. Unadhani what had happened? Kutembea nae, si ati, ako tu. So she passed on that day when I was doing my KCP rehearsals. It was the most devastating time of my life, Churchill. Nilikuwa na 12 years when she died that time. So I was turning 13 because my birthday normally inakuanga January. So the following year was to turn 13 years. KCP tulikuwa nafanya mwisho wa mwaka. So that time nikaona yuko nikajua she has died. Nobody told me. I just felt it. And you know when someone you love so much dies, even you, your spirit, because mlikuwa mko connected sana, utaifeel imeenda. Because my mother was my best friend. And vile alienda, that was the last parent that I had. The following day, tukaamka vizuri on Tuesday. I went and did my mathematics paper 1. Tukamaliza naisha na nini. Tuesday tukaenda English, remember them. Wednesdays of sciences and all. Thursday tukamalizia. Friday tukarudi Meru. Tukamzika on Saturday. Na hiyo Friday hata tukiwa Meru, we couldn't afford hata coffin ya mama yetu. Sasa ile alizikwa, watu wakaenda. Vile tu alikuja, wakaenda. I was left with my grandmother and my grandfather at the age of 12. That is why I was raised there sana in Meru. Na I was a very quiet boy because I was sad. I was really sad because I've lost the light ya maisha yangu. My father died nikiwa mtoto. Now my mother's died. Mwenye alikuwa ananipea hope sana. So it was really a very sad moment for me. Alafu, I came to discover that time, Churchill, that kwa nini watoto maorphans wakiachwa wanaitangwa yatima. Kwa Kimeru wanaitwa Ntigwa. Hebu sema Ntigwa. Ntigwa.
Kwa Kikamba ni Ndiwa.
Ndiwa. Kwa Kimeru ni Ntigwa. So Ntigwa means someone who's been left. Mwenye hana mtu wa kumchunga. That time is when actually that word made sense to me. Ntigwa. When other people are planning good things about their kids, when they are thinking about their kids, nobody is thinking about you. I was at that situation that time.
Maisha yamekuwa pale bondeni kwa muda mrefu. Nimekulia na kaka zangu hapo pamoja na dada yangu, lakini kwa bahati mbaya baba alituacha tukiwa wadogo. Nafikiri mimi nilikuwa na kama umri wa miaka kama 10 hivi baba alipotuacha, na mama naye alikuwa amekwenda katika maeneo mengine kutafuta maisha. Kwa hiyo mimi nimelelewa na jamii, kwa sababu ilikuwa leo unalala kwa huyu, kesho unalala nyumba ya pili, chai unakunywa nyumba ya 3, lunch nyumba ya 4, unakula chakula cha jioni nyumba ya 5. Kwa hiyo mimi nimelelewa na mtaa. pale bondeni. Na wakati huo sisi tukiwa tunainukia, mtaa ulikuwa unajua kila mtu. Unajua kila boma. Kwa hiyo kimsingi ulikuwa unajua kutoka plot namba 1 mpaka plot namba 24. Katika laini nyingine unajua plot namba 48 mpaka chini kabisa. Ulikuwa ni mtaa mdogo wakati huo. Watu walikuwa hawajaingiliana sana. Nimekwenda shule ya msingi hapa Bondeni Primary. Hali ikawa ngumu sana ya kuendelea na masomo. Basi ilipofika kama darasa la 4 hivi, nikawacha shule. Na ni muhimu nitaje hapa kwamba baba marehemu yeye alikuwa anatokea Nakuru. Mama ambaye pia ni marehemu alikuwa anatokea Gilgil. Kwa hiyo nilikuwa na juggle kati ya Nakuru na Gilgil, ingawa ni umbali wa pua na mdomo kiasi hicho. Mambo yakawa mazito kabisa. Nyanya alikuwa pale, mama yuko Nairobi na tutafutia maisha. Lakini ndivyo vibarua hivyo na hivyo. Kimsingi tukaanza kushirikiana na nyanya kwa maana kwamba mzaa mamangu yeye anapika mandazi, mimi nazungusha. Anapika sambusa, alikuwa mpishi mzuri. Na kwa kweli nilijifunza mengi saizi. Mimi sambusa, chapati, kaimati na nini napika vizuri sana. Kwa hiyo ikawa nazungusha, lakini hata pamoja na hayo sikuweza kuendelea shule. Kukaja ule mfumo wa ngumbaro. Ikawa naona wazee wanakwenda klasi hivi, mabibi vizere wanaingia klasi. Mimi naye nikaanza kwenda ngumbaro. Basi classmates wangu wengine wakati huo mimi nina miaka kama 12, 13 hivyo, walikuwa ni wazee, watu wa miaka 50, 55 kwenye 60, huko ndiko classmates wangu. Sababu nilikuwa na hamu sana kutaka kusoma. Marehemu mamangu akaja Nakuru na akaolewa tena pale Nakuru. Sasa hiyo mimi tayari nishavuta umri, nina kama miaka 14, 15 hapo. Lakini ule mzee ilikuwa mara ya kwanza kukubali kuku na vifaranga wake ilikuwa ni matatizo sana. Yeye anamtaka mama lakini hataki watoto. Kwa hiyo ilichukua kipindi kirefu kumshawishi ule baba wa kambo kukubali kukaa na mimi. Na hatimaye akakubali, tukaanza kukaa. Ndoto ya kutaka kuwa mwanahabari ilianza tangu nikiwa shule ya msingi pale mpaka nilipokwenda shule ya upili. Nilikuwa nashiriki sana mashindano ya public speaking na nilikuwa nafanya vyema, nilikuwa nafika mpaka nationals, nashinda nationals. Nimewahi kushinda hata gala na kwenda kumtumbuiza rais Ikulu. Kwa hiyo ilikuwa ni changamoto nyingi, lakini maisha yanakuwa na changamoto zake mpaka nilipomaliza college maisha yakachukua mkondo mwingine.
Are you looking for a serene and scenic environment for your dream home? At Marijani Vipingo Beach, we are offering the best options for both investment and residential property. From apartments to beautiful maisonates with plot prices from 1.95 million. For more information, call us on 0711 082 500.
Imekuwa rahisi na Credo Faster. Kumbuka ni *264#. Credo Faster. Nunua Credo sasa imekuwa rahisi na Credo Faster.
Welcome back to Churchill Show, My Journey, My Story. Now on this segment, I want us to take a look at some of the stories we had here. There are people who've been there because of their consistency. You know, someone the other day was asking me, when are you planning to retire? I told them, as long as you remain consistent and focused, I think the rest are details. So this particular time, let's take a journey and look at some of those stories of men who decided to be patient, consistent and relevant until they saw success.
So ulijipataje sasa MC, DJ, nini?
So
your story na ndio hii ndio umetoka nayo shule.
We've started, we're in school, tumepanga hizi variety show. In Buru, we are planning Miss Buruburu, Miss this, Miss that. Mara nikajipata writing a magazine in Buruburu called Buruburu Times, where we're getting people. I think the idea was we were running ahead of our time.
Yeah.
Nobody that time did anything like that. And then I was heavily involved in church. And Churchill, you'll never remember where we first met. But it was in church. It was in a play. In Bahati. Yeah. And many times people don't understand that God sometimes puts you in a place. You can actually be in a great place, but if you don't realize the greatness of the place that you're in, you'll never be able to experience it. There are people who work with great people, they'll never be great. There are people who are born into greatness, they'll never be great. There are people who have greatness thrown at them, and they'll never be great. One of the things I came to realize is I have to be aware of the moment I'm living in. If your mind is about greatness, it's not about what you're getting at that time. It's about value. And that's something which we try and explain to the young people right now. I understand undaka kitu, but it's money or value. And people are chasing money, not value. You see, money is something I can get somebody who's better than you tomorrow. But value, as long as you bring value to the table, nobody can match value. That time, nobody is called an event manager. Nobody is called there's only one promoter in Kenya. Who's my godfather, DS Joroge. The only guy was DS. Everybody else was other things. I remember I would go to KICC because that's where the events would be held. So I go to KICC, I wait for him to come. So when he comes, I just tell him, hey, Mzee, how are you doing? Me, I'm so and so, I'm interested in this thing. Can I help you carry speakers? Now, my plan, ni niingie kwa ile show sare, nione hizi setup kubwa zinaekwa maspika, mataa, and everything, and that is how I learned. Not by getting paid. I learned the value that I have right now by giving myself to people who could help me. I grew into the next thing. So as we started, I would plan small things in mtaani, a variety show, bodybuilding competition.
Were you the life of the party everywhere?
Of course.
Everywhere you were. From shule
and
mpaka home.
Hata sahi paliniko sahi. I walk into any place, I can decide the atmosphere, how it will be. Na sikupenda kwangu, by the way. I would meet people who tell me, Ted, I want to bring in this artist. I used to earn 6,000 shillings at Miss Kenya. 6,000 shillings na rent ya ile hao nilikuwa naishi South B ilikuwa 1,600. Na hiyo hao nilikuwa naishi ni ya mwenye Miss Kenya. In short, nilikuwa na do job sare. But it taught me one thing. As long as I have a roof over my head, I can hustle the rest. So I started hustling. So I became a DJ. So I'd go play. I earned 2,000 shillings.
Nimekuwa na my LP hapa.
My LP zimejaa kwa nyumba. I have about 7,000 records.
You used to play with the records?
You play with records.
The
with
vinyl.
Vinyl. Yes. Yes. This is vinyl. And what they've done is that they've pressed the music inside here in 8 codes. And the machine is able to translate that into now what you hear. And it's a craft which is coming back. I hope when I build my farmhouse, I'll be able to have this room with just all this stuff. And as you saw in my house, I have a lot of paraphernalia. I have a lot of antiques.
You are a vintage person.
I love antiques. So I'm at Miss Kenya. I see an ad in the paper. And they say we're opening this new station and we want people to come and work here. Now, I've not been to any media school. I've not been to KMC, which was the only school.
Now, that's
so
radio.
What do I do? Yes, what do I do? I just put together a letter. I dropped it to those guys. Said, okay, we'll call you for an interview. They tell us there's a new building called Lion Place. Come to Lion Place. And we go there. It's just an empty hall. They're trying to build some things there. So I sit, and there's this guy with specs. There's a Kamzungu guy there. So they tell me, okay, tell us about yourself. Now, I don't have a CV. But I had a lot of photographs. So I showed up and told them, this is who I am. This event was at Impala. This event was at that show. This event was here. that I talked, I think, for 1 hour. They told me, listen, we like you, but we'll call you.
That was Patrick Kwaku.
That was Patrick Kwaku. And a guy called Vaughan.
Vaughan.
Okay. Vaughan was the original, not John Wilkins. Vaughan was there first. Vaughan had an obsession with the Afro-ness of everything. So he would tell us later on to throw in some local stuff. Let guys understand.
Did they call you later?
Yes, so they called me. Say, come, we want to talk to you. So I come to that place, they're finished building. They say, okay, listen, we like you. And we want to offer you a job. So they ask me the trick question, how much do you want to be paid? I go like, my goodness. Pale even alipwa 1,600. If I double, siniko mbele, because now at least I have 12, nini. So I tell them, I said, let me say 20.
Sasa unafikiria kimtu wa Islam.
So I told him 20. 20,000. So they look at me, wakasema wacha wasaidiki kijama kia mtaa. So he told me, we'll give you 60,000.
Ha?
Damu kiujia mimi najua hao watu. Sasa ile utaki mtu, unataka kuangusha mtu kwa mtihani, amepass, unamfanya afanye kitu kingine wrong ndio useme si unaona ni pesa. Mimi nikamwambia hapana. If I accept this money, these guys are tricking me.
Yeah, this is a tricky question.
Yeah, they want me to say yes, and then they say yes for more money, they refuse.
Na wewe ni mtoto wa pastor.
Nikamwambia haya, fanyeni hivi. I'll take 60 lakini munige jobs zingine. I'll do your MC.
Yeah.
I'll do your planning. I'll do your events. If you want me to go to other functions, nika job kama 500.
Ukajiekea.
Road shows, if you want to go where, I will do everything. But then I discover later on, kumbe kila mtu mwingine alikuwa ametisha chapa moja kunishinda. But it's about exposure.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah. But for me it was joyful to work on radio.
Yeah. Sasa nyingine unaimbaga nyimbo zingine za gospel inatoka kwa roho.
Sababu najua Mungu alinitoa wapi. Najua.
Maze umetoka mbali sana. Absolutely kajipata aje Kenya sasa?
Kenya 1995. Unajua huko civil war ilikuwa ishaanza. Na inaendelea. Killings hapa, killings pale. Watu kuvalishwa mguu ya gari, wanachomelewa pande ile. Zinapita kwa news, zingine mnaona mifupa ya mtu ameshachomwa. Wengine wana revenge pande hii, wakiua kabila fulani huku, kabila nyingine pia nalipiza kisasi huku. So ikakuwa ni vitu kwa shule wanafunzi kuuana kati yao kwa misingi ya makabila. Wenzangu wenyewe walikuwa bado wanasikia wako na nguvu. Walijiunga na chama cha waasi. Wengine wakaenda kwa upande wa serikali ya siku hiyo. Option ilikuwa ujifunze kupiga bunduki, ujiunge na wale wanapigana, ama ukufe tu ukikimbia na watu. So niko kijana miaka 21. Una expect nini? Si ndajiunga tu na watu wa kupigana? Basi lakini babangu akaniambia hapana. Enda ufanye ile kazi ya muziki uko unapenda kufanya ukiwa mdogo. Na yeye alikuwa anapinga hiyo wakati. Badala nikoona nachukua bunduki, enda tu upige muziki. Alikuwa hataki niingie kwa hiyo maneno. Nikapewa $60. Change ya rate ya hiyo wakati naikumbuka mpaka leo. Basi mimi nikapita south ya Burundi kutokelezea Tanzania. Panda treni Kigoma. Siku 3 njiani, mguu inafura kwa mizigo huko. Kwa mizigo. Haya, anza kulala nje ya Dar es Salaam. Kwanza nisha visit hiyo mahali. Tafuta kanisa tasaidia sisi hakuna. Nikapata mosque ndio akatupatia pilao. Akatembea mtoka mnalala hapa, lakini early in the morning amkeni sababu kuna ibada inakuwa. Nishatembea huko kote. Nishaenda kutembea hiyo sehemu. Finally saa zile mtu analala amelala nje, anafikiriaga zaidi kuliko mtu analala kwa nyumba. Akili kakuja kwamba naende kwa Burundi embassy. Hapo ndio nikapata ticket ya kunileta Kenya. Ticket ya bus. Lakini sisi tukifika Dar es Salaam, we thought Nairobi tunaiona hivi. Unafika Dar es Salaam unaona mataa ya Nairobi hapo. Kumbe ni 14 hours kwa bus. Noma sana. Basi
kutoka Dar es Salaam kuja kutokea
Namanga tokea California Majengo. Haya.
Sasa unaenda wapi?
Palikuwa contact. Unaona ule mzee anachezaga bass guitar kwa bandi yetu. Alikuwaga huku tayari. Besto hapa alikuwa bado. Sadi, anaitwa Sadi. Hata sasa tuko naye. Unajua ulituona tukiwa na Besto, lakini hapo Sadi alikuwa kwa ile inaitwa Hot Sounds. Tulikuwa na yeye Hot Rod, ile bandi ya Mkamba anaitwa Mike Tofik.
Mike Tofik.
Tulikuwa na Sadi huko. Ikapasukia Dubai. Bandi kavunjika. So hiyo nyingine story ya siku nyingine. So lakini huyo Sadi alikuwa hapa. So nikafikia hapo, nikaanza kuona watu maisha wanaishi. Ni room moja na wanashare choo. Kenya kanikaribisha. Hapo sasa mambo za ngeta nilikuwa sijaziona, nikaanza kuziona hapo Majengo hapo. Watu wananijua.
Unapigwa ngeta
vizuri sana. Mara moja lakini. Mara moja.
Na siliacha ukiwa fit sana. Siliacha ukiwa fit, hata bado unapiga somersault.
Napiga.
Hata leo utapiga somersault.
Hapana, leo siwezi sababu nimevaa ngosi za mazoezi. So sasa nikaanza kuona watu one bedroom wanashare choo na shower. Nikauliza ule Sadi tutalala wapi sisi? Akanambia hapo ni kujipanga. Tukapata mkongo mwingine anaitwa Kampa. Alikuwa amepokea pia watu wengine kwake. Kitanda moja tunalala kama watu 5. Kichwa moja kichwa huku, ingine kichwa huku, kichwa ingine kule, mguu huku. Mwenye tabia mbaya kushutia watu. Hakuna kitu tukuona. Hakuna kitu hatukuona.
Na lazima maisha ianze.
Pas. Hapo sasa utaniona na nguo kama leo, hiyo nguo. Kesho hiyo nguo, hiyo kiatu, hiyo socks. Huko ndani ile nguo sitaji pia ni hiyo tu. Siku moja unaona hapa Westlands hapa Rapture Road. Hiyo bandi ya Mike Tofik ilikuwa inachezaga hapo, fasi inaitwa Continental Hotel. Hapo ndio life yangu ilianzia. Life yangu ilianzia hapo. Hapo sasa sijakwambia stories za kwenda kwa UNHCR. Nikaambiwa utasema hivi, utapokelewa. Vitu nyingi sana, story mingi sana. Lakini one day wakanipeleka kwenda kuona muziki wao vile wanapiga muziki. Life yangu ikaanzia hapo hiyo siku. Nilifika nikapata mcheza drums wao hayuko. Alikuwa amepata sijui mshahara previous day. Akaenda kulewa Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo unaijua?
Pale kwa rege.
Kwa rege. Akalewa huko na kasahau kuja kazi. Na hiyo wakati hapakuwa mobile phone ya kutafuta mtu. So Saji akawaambia hao jamaa ati huyu mwetu tumekuja naye pia ni drama. Anaweza kutushikilia kama huyu jamaa hajatokelezea sababu hakuna namna ya kumpata. Mimi nikaenda kwa drums. Nilicheza drums kama mtu atakufa saa hiyo. Rarua drums kama mtu atakufa saa hiyo. Yaani namaliza kucheza nikufe. Si watu wakasimama wakaambia mwenye bandi, sasa leo muziki iko sawa. Hii ndio muziki tunataka. Kumbe life yangu inaanza hapo. Basi ule mzee akakuja kuniambia, unajua na ile sauti yake, ile sauti ya Wakamba. Na wewe kama unacheza hivyo, si uendelee yake tu.
Hi everyone, all the viewers around the world. The serenity around Diani will give you all the reasons to invest in Diani Palms. We are only selling Diani Palms at 500,000 Kenya shillings, a very prime area to have your holiday home, to have cottages and investments around with only 500,000 Kenya shillings. We also have a payment plan, a flexible payment plan of 100,000 for every month for 6 months. Welcome, karibuni sana Diani Palms.
Welcome back to our final segment, and this time around we want to take a look at some of those final take from some of our guests. Last take, their advice.
Zungumza na jamaa wa encourage. Maana kuna wale ile Mbagara wako Taveta.
Mimi nitawaambia jambo moja kwamba hakuna rahisi. Okay? Hakuna rahisi kabisa. Ukipata nafasi kufa nayo ndugu yangu. Wallahi kufa nayo usiwachilie. Ukipewa nafasi hata kama ni gani. Mimi nitakupatia hadithi. My own brother is a very good example. Zablon. Brother yetu mkubwa. Unajua nafasi yake ya kwanza ilikuwa wapi?
Wapi?
Alipewa nafasi alikuwa gardener. Unajua gardener wale wanavaa shoti ya green. Shoti ya green anafanya gardening. Severin Sea Lodge Hotel. Anakata nyasi na anapicha, si ati ni story, anapicha na amechukua kabisa. Lakini nyasi naye kumbuka baba alituambia nini? Ukipata nafasi,
humble yourself.
Alikata nyasi kama kitu nyingine. Yaani maua anapanga kabisa. Mpaka tukasema basi huyu tumfanye supervisor wa gardeners wote. Mara kidogo supervisor. Akamwambia basi huyu anabidi sana. Hebu siku moja mwache asafishe rooms. Akasafisha room, akasema basi wacha awe supervisor wa hawa room stewarding wote hawa rooms. Akawa supervisor wao. By the time alikuwa natoka, alikuwa karibu general manager wa Severin Sea Lodge. From kukata nyasi. Sasa hiyo hoteli ngapi? Unakata nyasi unaonekana mpaka sasa hiyo alikuwa anafanya kazi karibu 400 wako chini yake na akakuwa poached to another hotel. So this is a person who had not done hotels and stuff. Lakini nafasi ukipata, na huo ndio ujumbe wangu leo.
Humble yourself.
Humble yourself. Piga ua.
Able talk to the young kids actress.
Okay.
18-year-old kids.
All right.
20-year-old kids. Talk to her right now.
Hi, I know I have talked to you so many times through my social media, through Anti-Kate Foundation, which I run, by the way. Ni pesa nimekosa. But I always keep telling them, like, what you see is the glory, but there's a very big story behind it. And I keep telling it. I will not get tired of telling it. There are no shortcuts. There's no microwave success to anything. And if it happens, then it's short-lived. But if you put in the work, stay consistent and believe in yourself, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't win. Yeah. No, absolutely no reason.
What do you tell young girls?
It can be done. It's possible. Dream big. Have those huge, crazy dreams. Have them. Because you can do it. If I was listening to Kiss in the morning when Caroline was there, and now I'm here, it can happen. It was a dream and it can happen. Self-respect is lacking. We don't penda ourselves. Hatujiheshimu. I see standards dropping every single day. I see the bad behaviors pandang, and me, someone who has had to pay the price for doing some very wrong things. I want us to all be better, to live the good life, to set the right example. It's just be better, dream big, and you can do it.
You can do it.
Hard work pays, imagine.
It does.
Hard work, consistency, dreaming.
I need you to talk to men in a short while. And I needed to understand about this book. Kwanza hii ya kwanza ni Mask
Off from the strip club to the pulpit.
To the pulpit, and then 365
with a coach.
What is 365?
It's
days?
the days of the year.
Okay.
Wisdom today guarantees tomorrow. Foolishness today guarantees tomorrow never comes. So the fuel that drives tomorrow is wisdom. So 365 with the coach is a book on wisdom, on leadership, friendships, family, manhood, and many other things. So you can pick one a day that will just keep you going. Every time you feel like you want to give up, you say, no, I'll fight one more day. Because you know what? Your tears today is the reason somebody will laugh tomorrow. Your scar on your face today is the reason there's a smooth face tomorrow. And I tell the young men, never laugh at the scars of the one who have gone before you. They got those scars clearing the way for you to come.
Awesome. I'm reading something here from your book.
Yes.
A mentor is not necessarily a rich man or woman.
Sadly, young people think to be a mentor, you have to have a big car, a big bank account. The way to pick a mentor is on their value system. Your mentor could be one of the poorest in as far as financial is concerned, but the richest in value system. Some of the most educated people have been educated by not so educated parents. I saw a gentleman who went to this full graduation regalia in Uganda, I think, and went to the market to say thank you to the mother for educating him. The mother educated that man to PhD level, selling tomatoes. But I see young men now, because you have 23 followers on Facebook, you feel like you're the best thing since sliced bread. You're walking on air. Nobody can rebuke you. You feel like, you know, you're the big kahuna. This young man, you just laugh today. Tomorrow you'll cry. We shall find you on the road crying.
Who's the coaches? Why is it that when it comes to social media, you like talking about, na nakumbuka wakati tulikuja hapa na Jemutai and Professor Hamo, and you're telling them to keep off social media. Why are you against it so much? And yet everyone is in there.
The biggest lie of this generation is social media.
The biggest lie?
The biggest lie. Let nobody lie to you. You get somebody going into depression because of an age mate posed in front of a Range Rover. All that guy did, he just gave the watchman 100 shillings. Tell me if the owner is coming. And I will take a pose with this Range Rover. And then I post on social media. So the need to compete. When you watch a 100-meter race, when you say, on your marks, what do? Their face is down. Get set, and they look up. They don't look on the side. They're looking at where they're going. Go. The first 60 meters, they're not looking at either side. They're trying to get themselves. When they get to look up, they're seeing the finishing line. The moment you look on your right or your left, you slow down naturally. So many people are dancing to the beat of the next neighbor, but their choir has lost the beat. So you are living for the whims of other people. By the way, they don't care. Some of the people who bashed me during Corona praised me a week before that.
The same social media.
Yes. The same people who welcomed Jesus. Hosanna, Hosanna. Welcome him. Are the same guys who said crucify him. So social media to young people, I will tell them this. Enjoy social media, but don't take it very seriously. If you use it well, you will go far. But if you use social media to compare where you are at in life, you'll be taking 1 step forward and 10 steps back. In fact, social media can turn human beings to that black man in a dark room, winking at a black woman and expecting a reaction. Nothing will happen. You'll be doing things, but nothing is happening.
Yeah, I need you to talk to about the boy child, right? Because there are so many parents are watching also. Watu wana depression, hakuna job, hakuna do. Yes. Hata do ikikuja, hata kama uko na job, the money is not enough. Yes. I need you to talk to a man right now watching us, and I'm sure it feels like it's a January. It feels like a year has just begun.
Right, yeah.
So that you can give them that extra push.
First, let me talk to the parents. The problem with the parents now, the new age kind of parents, we are trying to invest for our children, but not invest in our children. We are too busy to raise our children. We have bought them all the gadgets. What is it to tell a child? Amekosea. Unamwambia stand up and face the wall. What punishment is that? Huyo mtoto kwanza amezoea kutwak. So standing in the wall is okay. Yeah. He's used to that in the clubs anyway. So, time out. Yes, let's instill the right values. And our children sometimes not necessarily hear what we say, but they see what we do. The things we say around them, the things we watch around them, the things we say while you're on phone or you're driving with them in the car. And to the boy child, I know there's pressure to the man, our age. Many men have committed suicide. But I want you to know, I know there's pressure from our wives, from our children, and you feel there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Well, I got news for you. We are never supposed to see light at the end of the tunnel. We are supposed to be the light that will light up the tunnel. What am I saying? Just do the best you can and leave the rest to God. But let's also get a safe space, and that's why I do the men's conference, where men can come, where there is no judgment, where there is no gossip. That's why I don't like gossip, man. And we say, you know what, I have this car. And another one says, okay, fine, let me show you another one, and lifts his trouser. Another one says, come and see my back, I have 7 scars. And it is through our scars that we get our stripes. If you don't get the scar, you will never enjoy the prize. So to every great man out there, I know it is tough. Let's hold each other, because the young boys are looking at us. But the problem, we're trying to fix broken men, so there's nobody to raise confused boys. So let's fix each other as men. And I want a man to encourage a fellow man today. And even type and say, you know what, to all the men, we are together. Once we have fixed ourselves, we have stopped bleeding, then we can turn and face our young boys. Even when you're about to take off, they say when there is lack of oxygen or something, when the oxygen masks come down, before you fix for your child, fix for yourself, and then you fix somebody else. I pray that we'll fix ourselves as men. And then we turn back and go to the trenches. But there are men that we left wounded and they're bleeding in the trenches. We need to go back to the trenches. Even if we are limping, we are crawling, whatever, but let's get back and let's cover the nakedness of our men. That's why I was so happy when I saw in the football match a player who collapsed. And when they were attending to him, I think a Danish player, the other players came and surrounded him. Not because they had nothing to do. Ericsson. They were covering his nakedness. They didn't want cameras to take when maybe he's trying to fight for his life. They were protecting his wife and his children, his girlfriend and his children. So we need to go back and hold each other like this and then bring the men in the middle and say, okay, fine, put on your trouser, cover your zip. You're fallen into sexual sin. You're struggling with alcoholism. We'll not judge you. Once you're done, if I have a vest inside, let me remove my shirt, give you my shirt to cover your bare chest because I have my vest covering. And then once you're sorted, we say, okay, fine, let's go back. You who had a broken leg, you will teach another boy how not to break the leg. You who had a collapsed marriage, you will teach the young boys what not to do if you want your marriage to survive. You who started in a music video as a background guy, how did you come to be this icon that you're only competing with the president in Facebook followers? Then you say, this is the way I went, avoid this side. It is our scars, it is our pains that we'll use to be a lesson unto other people. You don't learn lessons in the nightclub. You don't learn lessons when you're eating ice cream. You learn lessons in the trenches. It is through your blood. It will speak to somebody else's pain.
I think, what do you think has helped you guys stay this together? And you know, I like the synergies, man. The chemistry.
I think there are many things. hapo mapema.
Ulislapiwa pale hivyo juu.
Whether you need to go for counseling for that thing.
That one has kept me.
Yeah. No, but I was going to say, I think the friendship, because we didn't meet when we were brands.
Yeah.
We met when we were here in campus, hustling, trying to figure out things. You know, I liked him because he was Monsky, not because he was Nameless. Actually, if I had met him as Nameless, we would not have dated.
I don't think so.
We would not have dated. Babe, you'd have to work very, you'd have had to work very hard.
No, he needs to thank NATO.
He needs to...
No, thank NATO. Nilimbaya mzinga jana. We are good now. I don't know what the problem is.
It's over.
You can't
It's
hold.
over.
You can't
It's
hold.
over.
But
We
straight up,
didn't
just reaffirm with that, because we reflect on that and say, you know, we've had
before we
our
dance.
things, but friendship,
Friendship.
The friendship.
That's awesome.
You know, when you're a friend to someone, you know, you kind of like understand and try to, you try and understand them as a person.
Yeah.
So apart from everything else, we are parents, we are lovers, but we are friends.
Awesome. There's a lot that's happening, especially with this COVID, in terms of relationships, marriages. Most of them are going through a difficult time. So, so one advice to...
I think what I've seen, we receive a lot of information, especially for people who need help, both in marriage and the one getting married and the one who just like separated. And what I'm constantly seeing now, me as a leader in a family, is the lack of just honest communication. Because the issues that will come in are not easy. Money will always be an issue, whether you have or you don't have. So
whether you have or you don't have.
It's always an issue.
Yeah.
And I feel like marriages need to get back to why they came together. The first, as in the husband and the wife, why they came together. Leave the children out. They are important and they are part of it, but they really don't contribute much to the things that happen. So the wife and the husband should agree on why they came together and what they need to do to get this done. The marriage is beautiful. And as I'm learning with Mercy, even the growth happened because we are together or we are communicating or we agree on the goals we are supposed to be setting. But if we don't, I'll tell you something. For me and Mercy, if we don't agree on a goal, I want my way, she wants her way. We'll stay some time without having to agree. Then later on, you just have to find, okay, so if I don't give up, she's not giving up. If I give up, she must give up. So we end up not doing any either her way or my way, so that we can at least move on. And I think I'm happy that that can happen, especially with her. And I also want to say, let the fights be real. Let them be not so fake. Don't please your wife or your husband. Talk how it feels, you know, bring it out so that it can end.
Lakini musiitane ng'ombe. Saitani. Just be real.
And so thank you so much for being part of the journey. My goodness, it's been almost 2 years of non-stop journey series, and we continue to do them right here on NTV. I hope you've been inspired as much as I have been. This was Churchill Show, My Journey, My Story. See you next Sunday.